So why do companies go outside? Why can't they do this in-house? Well, this is what Einstein said about it. You have to look at a problem from a different perspective. You have to stand somewhere else and look at the problem from a different angle to find solutions. And this is why we took this process onto television. Because we had a dialogue with a British television company about how exciting this process of innovation and creation was. And they said, okay, prove it. So they gave us some problems. They said, if you can solve this problem on television, then we'll think about making a series. And the problem they gave us to begin with was a lady's bra. So here's the trailer for that TV program.
Being good busts are giving these two men a headache. It's one of the most complex engineering problems ever known.
There was a bra that kind of pushed you together and, lift your leg.
Well, the appliance of science do the job, and Richard Seymour and Dick Powell have designs on your bra. Wednesday at 9 on 4.
Well, tough job, but someone had to do it, really. And of course, Richard and I know very little about bras. For example, we don't wear a bra. Well, at least not that we were going to admit to on television anyway. So the first thing you have to do is find out that building of knowledge. And so we talked to a lot of women. And we talked to the industry, the lingerie industry. And we found out a lot of interesting things. So we found out, for example, that 34% of women wear the wrong size bra, apparently to 3% of men. And when we looked at the production line, okay, where they mold the cups, the molds for the cups don't look anything like tits, okay? So the first question you have to ask is, where's the anthropology behind this? Where's the data that supports this? What is the real shape of the female bosom? And they said, we don't know. It's just been like this for years and years. It was a sort of standing wave. Well, I mean, you ladies know about cup sizes, and maybe some of the guys know about cup sizes, but they go A, B, C, D. Yeah, we know that, but let me tell you, after that they go E, and you're into enormous, and then you're into F, and you're into fucking enormous. And then they go on into G, and you're into gigantic. Then into H, humongous. And when you get to a double H bosom, you're into half a basketball hoop. And we quickly identified, actually, that the problem of wearing a bra is obviously in the bigger bust sizes. So we decided to concentrate on a solution for the bigger bust. Have you any idea how big a double H bosom is? It's the size of your head. And it's 1 kilo or 1.5 kilos of subcutaneous mass, which, when the lady is naked, it tends to lie slightly east-west, like this. And as you saw on the film, she much preferred to be more north-south, because it looks better and she gets arm clearance. You can laugh, but it's quite painful for these women. So we threw away the wire, because the wire was the source of pain under the arm. And instead, we created a dual shock molded armature out of polypropylene, overmolded with elastomer to dissipate and spread out the load under the arm. And we called this insert, it's not a bra actually, we called it Bioform, and it's actually sewn into the bra at point of manufacture. And that was launched with the benefit of this television program into an unsuspecting market by this delightful looking lady. And the second TV program they made, they said, well, this is clearly good television. Anything with tits in it is always good television in the UK. And then the next problem they threw at us was to rethink the most familiar product to all of us, the toilet. Okay, so here is the trailer for that program.
The humble loo.
There's no law that says our laboratories have to be 200 years out of date.
And so top designers think it's time the bog standard was left behind.
There's a Lamborghini here.
Their mission to transform the loo into an object of desire. Designs on your loo, Wednesday at 9 on 4.
Goodbye.
Okay, well, unlike the bra, this is something we're all intimately familiar with. But consider this. The WC was conceived in Victorian times by a man called Thomas Twyford. Actually, not as some people think, Sir Thomas Crapper. It was Thomas Twyford who created the first one. And he created it as a product to sit upon. And yet half of us stand up 90% of the time to use it. And therein lies the problem. Men. When we went and talked to householders in the UK about their loos, women said time after time, cleaning, 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 men, 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 men. You only have to consider the average pissed Scotsman. He's been in the pub, he's maybe drank 8 pints of Guinness, he struggles home, he's completely banjaxed, he doesn't want to put the light on in the loo because that might wake his wife. He doesn't want to pee into the water because that makes too much noise. Okay? This is like William Tell trying to shoot the apple off the little boy's head. Okay? The target area is too small. And if, as I have, you had had the experience of seeing the effects of male simulated splash under ultraviolet light, believe me, you would not go near your loo again. We're talking about new levels of bathroom redecoration here. So cleaning is a big problem, and whole industries from Unilever and Procter & Gamble have sprung up to persuade people to clean under their rim, which is something of a paradox because that's where the water comes in. But anyway, if the rim is the problem for cleaning, then the solution is obviously to get rid of the rim. So we designed a toilet without a rim, which creates another problem. How do I get the water down into the bowl? This is nice and easy to clean now. So we get the water down through a hollow seat. Obviously you have to have a valve in the hinge that closes, but that means you have to put the seat down to flush the loo. The water comes through and washes down the bowl in a kind of Dyson-esque cyclonic fashion and cleans the bowl. And then on top of that we changed the back of the loo to make it more like a urinal to catch splash. So we hooded it over here and shaped this surface back to deflect splash inside instead of outside. And then we coated it in a macrobiological glaze that kills all germs stone dead. Now just think about this concept, ladies, just for 1 minute. What does this mean? It means you have to put the seat down to flush the loo. That means when you come to use the loo, the seat is already down. And that puts the boot on the other foot for a change. So very good for ladies. And when we tried to sell this to the manufacturer, he said, nobody's going to pay more for a loo that cleans itself. How crazy is that? It's because his idea of design was out there on the edge with the kettles about how things look and how they feel and so on. He wasn't ready for something that was going to completely change his industry.